to use as much ERS as possible in the slipstream. Can we ever go back in the AlphaTauri? There's loads of cars here and we've crashed. We're out of the Grand Prix. Stroll is out as well. And I mean, our front wing is broken, but we're still... actually happened there. I mean, look at that train behind us. We have a massive train behind us and down into the... oh, it's Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso has taken us out. Is it going to be enough speed to catch up to us? I highly, highly doubt it. But can Perez make the move on the McLaren? Yes, he does around the outside. That is very, very easy. And now he's in the slipstream of us. He's going to try and close on in. Can he get close enough to have a run at us into the final corner? Right up to the finish line. It could be a photo finish here. 6 tenths is the gap. We should just have enough, but it's close on in. He's using the slipstream. Sergio Perez up to the line. He's not going to be close enough. It's P7 for BamfordMB Motorsport. What a result. Welcome back to the final episode of this My Team career mode, at least for season 1. We are going to try and do another season 2, and you can see there by the standings we are tied with Haas on 13 points. Haas currently 7th, we're 8th based on countback, but we're there. We're fighting with him for that P7, and I think it's a very close championship battle at the front as well. And you can see here we've got some contract negotiations going on before the final race of the season. EA, are we all right? What's going on here? Obviously, we're going to go with our teammate because we can't get a new teammate. It's just we don't have the money for it, and we don't really have the acclaim either. So we've re-signed Jack Doohan. We went high risk, and we actually got a decent deal for him. Pretty much because he's been doing nothing all season. So, I mean, he will take any seat that he can get. So he's got, I think, another race seat for the next 9 weeks. I'm not sure how it works because this is before the final race of the season, and that means that if teams have had driver swaps, we're gonna have new drivers for the final race of the season. It's very weird, and I don't know why they've done it like this. It's must be an error in career mode. I don't know if they've fixed it or not. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna focus on qualifying. You can see the top left. Look, we've got Theo Pourchaire in the qualifying. He hasn't been involved all season, but now he's at Williams. So what's going on? So Pourchaire making his debut in the final race of the season. I mean, I guess Williams had enough of, who was it? Logan Sargent. I think they got rid of him. Yeah, so it's Albon and Pourchaire now. I guess they had enough of him. But anyway, we're in qualifying. Q1, we had to wait a while because we forgot to change one of our parts. But we're on our first lap right now. A little bit squirrely coming out of that corner. But it looks like a decent enough time as up to the line. We're looking for a time inside the 122s. It is. There's a 122.9. That puts us P13, and I mean currently into Q2, so we just had to finish inside the top. You can see Logan Sargent's at Haas. I just saw that at the top left. Logan Sargent's at Haas now, a team that we're trying to beat. You've got Pourchaire at Williams. What is going on? I think Hulkenberg was at Aston Martin, if I saw it as well. But there you go. You can see everybody finishing their lap, and we're going to remain P14. We don't even have to do another lap, so our first lap counts. But look, yeah, Logan Sargent in the Haas, Pourchaire in the Williams. You've got Hulkenberg in the Aston Martin, and I'm not sure if there's any other switches. If there's switches inside the top 8, which I don't believe, that would be something. Could you imagine Hamilton or Leclerc or Verstappen or Russell or whoever's still in the fight going for the championship and then getting swapped out in the final race of the season? That would cause carnage. But anyway, our focus is BamfordMB Motorsport versus Haas. We just need that 1 point and hope that Haas don't score and we finish ahead of them in the constructors, because our teammate's not going to help us. He's starting P22 unless there is a bunch of penalties applied. As you can see, we went offline there a little bit wide, getting our tyres nice and dirty. And this is actually our final qualifying lap in Q2. It looks like we're going to be knocked out. We are up 2 tenths on our time. It should be more, but look at that. We're running wide there. We're losing time left, right and centre. And that is all she wrote for us in qualifying. 2.5 tenths down. It's just a terrible final sector. We just can't hook it up. I mean, the first lap that we did was all right. And then to sum it up, there you go. We get track limits. And it all went downhill going from Sector 2 to Sector 3, and it will be P15 for us in the Grand Prix, which isn't terrible, but at the same time, it would have been nicer to be a little further up so that we could fight for the top 10 positions, but we could certainly gain a few into Turn 1 and maybe go on from there. But yeah, up ahead, it looks like there's no other driver switches, so let's get ready for lights out in Abu Dhabi for the final time this season.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains, here in the United Arab Emirates, on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And the smooth operator Carlos Sainz completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Leclerc, Hamilton, Verstappen, Norris, Perez, Oscar Piastri, Gasly, Albon, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Stroll, Tsunoda, the rookie, Bottas, Sargent, Magnussen, Joe, Théo Pourchaire, De Vries, and Jack Doohan. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
So, the final race of the season, and there's been no penalty. I don't think there's been, like, any penalties from anybody this year. We're starting P15, P22. It's going to be difficult to sneak our way inside the points from there, unless there's a bit of drama. There could be a bit of drama, and we're kind of hoping for it as well. And you can see, look at the tyres. A bunch of people on the softs, a bunch of people on the mediums, a bunch of people on the hards. So a good mixed tyre strategy. Us and our teammate both on the soft tyres. So we're trying to get that fast start. We're trying to get a good start. Jump a few people at the start. Work our way at least inside the top 12. If we can gain 3 positions from the start, I think that'll be a very good start. And hopefully our teammate can gain a couple as well. Is this 5 red lights in the final race of the season? And we are underway very, very quick. Look at that. It's not a bad start at all. It's decent from Tsunoda. And there's a bit of drama up ahead. And we say thank you very much. Down the inside of like 4, 5 cars. And we're up into P10. Hello, hello, hello. We're here to party. We're inside the top 10. We're inside the points. It's 10th on the grid. And the soft tyres have worked out brilliantly there. I mean, we've overtaken a few soft runners as well. I mean, I don't know who it was off the line. Maybe Alex Albon, who had an absolute rotter. And same with one of the McLarens. And we just sent it down the inside. The people on the outside got kind of halted by it. As Hulkenberg now looking at a move at us. Down the inside. This time he's in the Aston Martin, not the Haas. We've been fighting him in the Haas all season. But no, he fancies an Aston Martin car to end out the season, which is a very weird way of doing it. But we've said it already. We're going to focus on the race, but all the driver transfers, even though it is very, very odd. But yeah, P10 after 2 laps, we will take that every day of the week. But we are certainly noticing our car is not very fast. We've done wonders in qualifying, and our teammate is struggling in this car for a reason. And we cannot keep with the guys in the top 10. Even though Piastri's on hards, as we clipped the wall there a little bit. Holy cow. That was almost terrible stuff. But yeah, Piastri on the hard tyres, we can't even keep close to them. Our teammate on the softs is dropping away on lap 4. He's in P20. He's dropping out the DRS of K-Mag, Guan Yu Zhou, Logan Sargent. That's when you know you're in trouble, when you're P20 and you can't even stay in the DRS of the cars up ahead. So hopefully next season our car is lights out. Otherwise, we're going to struggle, especially if Doohan is there at least in the first half of the season, as through goes Lando Norris. He was one of them that had that really poor start of the race, and we're only 5 laps in, and those hards seem to be working a little bit better than our softs. Our softs are just degrading as quick as possible. But we're going to have a go back at Lando Norris, try and overtake him before this final sector, because if you're ahead in the final sector, it's very hard for the car behind to overtake. But Lando Norris, look at that, he sweeps ahead of us, stays ahead. And that's all she wrote for this battle, because the McLaren is gonna fly away in this final sector. Our car moves like a boat. It does not move at all. And there you go. We get a nice little track limits warning just to rub salt in the wounds, which is, you know, piss off FIA, you little twat. It's just we've hardly gone over the line. They're giving me a warning, so they're just annoying me. We're already in the shitter because our soft tyres are going off, and Lando Norris is flying away from us. So you can just see how much I'm struggling. Look at the time that Norris is gaining through this first sector alone. He's gaining like a whole second. He's out of our DRS already. This is ridiculous. Hulkenberg is right on. He's going to send it down the inside as well. Okay. This is the way the race is going. And Albon, mate, I'm still here, fella. Why is it he's just gone flying into the side of me, and through he goes as well? So we've gone from P10 down to P14 in a few laps, and Bottas fancies a go as well down the inside. Everybody, go on then, everybody can just fly past us, and we're looking at the pits because our tyres are gone. We know we need to come into the pits, put on a new set of hards and take him to the end, because we are struggling big time in the softs, and we're just getting caught in fights that are just costing us time. And we want to make sure that we're ahead of these cars, so that like when we fight, we can fight them, you know, tooth and nail, and try and remain ahead. But it really hasn't worked, because one of the cars that overtook us when we were on the soft tyres was Alex Albon. 3 laps later, he comes out the pits ahead of us. So clearly, our car is just lacking a lot of pace. And without a safety car, without a red flag, without something crazy, there is a 0% chance of us scoring points. Our car is just not good enough. We're pushing it to places where it shouldn't be. And we've pitted early onto the hards to try something different. And it's clearly not working because, you know, the other cars they put on the mediums. And there you go. They've got a bit of pace now. They can just zoom past us with the extra grip. But the good thing about Abu Dhabi is there's 2 DRSs. So Bottas flies past us there, and that's going to allow us to set back up the move to get back past him on this DRS, and then he's not going to be able to overtake us through the final sector because it's such a tight, twisty, single file type third sector. I mean, you never really get overtakes in the third sector, so we go down the inside of Bottas. He's trying to hold it around the outside. What do you think you're doing there, fella? Get out the track. That's our road, our piece of tarmac. Get out of here. And we stay ahead of Bottas for now. P13, there's drama at the front. This could be big, holding on to this P13. So we're defending for our lives ahead of the Alfa Romeo. And it's a little scary that an Alfa Romeo of Valtteri Bottas is quicker than us as we lift off tactically to let him go past. And you'll never guess what? We got a cheeky bit of DRS. And Bottas does not, but so does Nico Hülkenberg, who's going to fly past the pair of us. See you later, fella. Look at that straight line speed difference. We do not have that power, but we have got a bit of speed now. So we're going to go around the outside of Valtteri Bottas. Hülkenberg has got the lead, and side by side with Bottas is only going to help Nico Hülkenberg out, as, yeah, that's too big of a margin. So Hülkenberg is now out of our race. Now it's the battle for P14 as we keep fighting. Charles Leclerc looks like he's going to bring home the championship. 4 laps to go. He's 4 laps away from finally winning that Drivers' World Championship. Russell in second. I think Hamilton was down in 4th. So unless Russell or Hamilton can overtake him, it's going to be Leclerc's day. As in the meantime, we've got that move back on Valtteri Bottas, staying ahead, doing the good old little tactic. As it's still P14. We've got, even though it's only P14, we've got a lovely little battle going on between Bottas, Show, and then a bunch of cars behind. We're creating a nice little train down here. As you can see us through our final sector. We can take it as slow as we want. They cannot find a way past because it's so tight, so twisty. And as long as we take the racing line, or as long as we defend the line, it doesn't really matter. We're going to hold on to that position. If we get overtaken in that third sector, it's just bad racing from me. So, yeah, as long as we're ahead, going into that third sector, we are chilling. As Bottas, get out of here, mate. This is my position. We are holding on to this P14 for dear life, but this does not look good. We have not got DRS. Bottas, Magnussen, right in the rear wing. Valtteri Bottas around the outside. This could be troublesome. This could be troublesome. Look at that. We've locked up. We've gone deep trying to defend the position. And K-Mag sweeps on through. And there you go. 3 seconds of penalties as well. FIA. Piss off, mate. We're going to go down the inside of K-Mag. We're not happy. As we go side by side with a Haas. We said it's not possible through this section. But we're making it possible as we take back that P14. It's just a shame that we've got a 3-second penalty. And we've got about half the grid behind us. So a 3-second penalty, I think at this rate, will put us right to the very back as we head on to the final lap. You can see Bottas a 10.5 behind, Magnussen right behind him, and it's just a single file line. Look at that train we created, all aboard the BamfordMB train, and Jack Doohan is at the very back of it in P22. There is absolutely no surprise there as we do a little tactic. Let Bottas through, and then we'll overtake him and take DRS as well. Yes, please. If we can take P15 on track, we'll take it, because that 3-second penalty is going to hurt us big time. I think all the cars behind are going to be pretty much within the 3 seconds as Magnussen shows off his straight line speed in that Haas. It would be nice to beat the Haas as Bottas. No, that's Guan Yu Zhou. Where's he come from? Guan Yu Zhou just sends it down the inside of both of us, and we get a very good exit indeed as around the outside of K-Mag. Here we go. Look at that. See you later, fellas. See you later. We'll take home P15. Guan Yu Zhou is right in our well, we're not going to take home P15, but on track, we're going to take home P15 as we stay ahead of Guan Yu Zhou. We've made the hard tyres work. And I tell you what, pitting early was a very good decision because the AI were very, very fast. And if we would have pit later, they would have gone away from us. They would have been miles away from us and we wouldn't have had much to battle and hardly any content. But it is Charles Leclerc who wins the race, and he will be crowned the Drivers' World Championship after the 4-way battle, 5-way battle coming into the final race of the season. Either way, it was a crazy, crazy battle, and it is Charles Leclerc's day. And we had a crazy, crazy battle in the final race of the season. I mean, what a way to end it as we go into next year. I think next year we're going to do two races. We're going to do 10 race season, and that means every race will matter even more than it did this year. And you can see P12 with 13 points. I think we did a really good job in that car. Our teammate let us down. All we needed was 1 point from him, and we'll get P7 in the Constructors. But P8 is still good. We'll take that any day of the week. And I don't really know what happened at the end with the old weird driver swaps and Fernando Alonso retiring the race before the final one. He got second and then he retired. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're all for it. Anyway, I think we had a pretty decent season. We were consistent, at least towards the latter half of the season. We were getting P11s, P10s, P13s, P12, P7. That's consistency, and that is solid results. Poor Chair doing his one race of the season, picking up a P19. But Jack Doohan, he might have to go. He got a P13, and that's it. But I don't know if we can get him gone because, you know, now it's the end of the season. Do we have to keep him for the first half of next year? I don't know. Either way, if you guys want to see a new season, make sure go ahead, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.